So my outing with my son helped me to really clarify on the inside that you gotta let things go. Because of course I see him walking towards the car looking pissed off, and I'm like, uh oh, something happened. And said, you have a good game? No. What happened? I lost a disc. I paid $30 for that disc, and I was like, yeah. Well, did you have a good game other than that? No. I wasn't hitting my shots. I skipped 4 holes, just was not happy. And I had to tell him, I know it's hard to let things go, but maybe you were meant to lose that disc. And just think, one day you're going to make somebody's day when they find a disc like the freebies we have found out on the course. And he was like, I guess. And still just couldn't. And I get it. He just told me earlier, in 10 days is my birthday, so he'll be 17. So $30 to a 17-year-old, especially being a disc, that he plays with, and they've got their favorites when they play. Shoot, I have a favorite when I play because it flies just right, or it rolls off your finger just right. It doesn't leave calluses, it's easier to flick, whatever it is. But we have things we get attached to. And it's funny because in this case, for him, it's a disc. And I'm not laughing at him. Like I said, he brought clarity to me. And it sucks that he had to lose something for me to go, let it go. Let it go. I won't hurt your ears. But just got to keep it pushing, right? Keep moving, baby, keep moving. And I'm at a point right now where it's like there's a match that's lit behind me, and I'm like, wait, hold on, we're going, I'm out of here. Because I'm so over all the gaslighting and the breadcrumbs and the false promises and the in and out and the wishy-washy behavior and all these people that think that they're good enough to run game. I don't get it. Go play in an arcade if you want to keep playing. Because some of us are adults and we're looking for something that means something. And it's weird because I feel like that's been lost in this world because people are so used to playing games. And there's not many people that have an open heart that's, okay, I'll be vulnerable with you. I'll tell you the truth. Or, they wait till the last second where it's a little too late. And then they come back and go, wait, but I wanted to say. And it's like, you could have said that a year ago. You could have said that 10 years ago. You could have said that yesterday. But you waited to choose. Or you waited till it was too late to choose. And my daughter does that a lot. And that's a young mindset of still learning boundaries, still learning that, okay, I'm giving you the option. If you say no, I'm not giving you the option again. And she'll sit there in spite. So, and then when it's finally the way that she wanted it, which is not how she wanted it, she's just too hard-headed to admit that that's what she wanted, and when it comes down to it, the tears start welling up, the disappointment is there, and then in the end she gets mad at herself because she's like, I don't even know why I did it. I don't know why I didn't just say that's what I wanted. And I know a lot of it is she doesn't want to be seen as needy or I want, or she just doesn't know how to be able to accept having choices, because when they were growing up, they didn't have many choices. Like I said, very toxic childhood. And it sucks because I stood by and I tried to make it not that way, which exhausted me. But at the same time, I was dealing with the same toxicity myself, and it was very hard to protect them from that. And that's where it took the courage of saying, you know what? We deserve better than this, and I'm going to get better than this for myself and my kids. And that goes along with having to let go of the past and let those pains dissipate and just dissolve. My sister was talking to me earlier about, she said this guy I was dating, and she goes, I can't even remember his name right now. And I was like, that's a good sign of closure. Like when you start having these names, memories, situations leave you, that is a sign that you are moving on from that situation. Let it go. It's fine. Embrace that. and try to forget even more. And the way that we can forget easier is by having moments, living our life, living in the present moment, which is why I took the walk earlier and took you down by a stream and just let you know, like, hey, this is a moment. And these are moments you can create yourself. I mean, there's a lot of parks that are out in public. That was actually a public park that we go play disc golf at. And the way that they've designed it, you know, there was soccer going on. You couldn't hear any of it because the little stream area is a lot further off. But these things are free. And it's like people forget what it's like. Like, you don't have to pay for everything. You can get outside and you can embrace the shade under the trees, because it was not very cool outside, but when I was in the shade, I was so comfortable. And of course, I still had to go back to my car because I was waiting for my son, and I didn't want him to think, well, I guess she's not here, I'm going to go play another game. Those take like an hour and a half to 2 hours because it's an 18-hole course. But most days I will play with him. Today I just wanted to sit and enjoy nature and kind of do my own thing and not have to stress. But like I said, sitting there kind of helped me get to the point of realizing it's the final hurrah. It's the toodles. I'm not doing this to me anymore. I deserve more. I love me. I appreciate me. And I hope that all of you can get to that same mindset, that you are so much greater than dealing with people that are in and out, that want to manipulate conversations or degrade you and make you feel a certain way, or make you second guess yourself, or make you give up on your hopes and dreams. You deserve so much more than that. Like, I know it's hard to even consider that that's a mate or a partner that you're with, but a lot of times we're in connections and we're not dealing with trauma that we have. And that saying, hurt people, it's there for a reason. Because when you go around and function out of your shadow side, you know, that ego, that survival mode, you're going to hurt people. And I have mad respect for people that come out and say, look, I'm dealing with something right now. I can't offer you anything. I appreciate the truth. Because very seldom will you meet somebody who will let themselves be vulnerable in a sense that they're like, I can't. As much as I want, I can't. And we all need to learn to start stepping up and saying, I'm not ready for the situation in which I want to walk into. Because we don't want to be alone. Nobody wants to be alone. And I'm the biggest liar, because for years I'm like, I'm fine being alone. I don't care. I love me. And it's easy to have words roll off your tongue. But the hard part is convincing yourself, for one, and then still having that happiness when you are by yourself. Because being alone is a little solitary confinement in a way, but sometimes we do need to be sat down, and we do need to think within our heads, and we do need to process our emotions and understand why we do the things we do, because we function out of patterns. We function out of a way that we were taught to be. And it's not necessarily someone gave you a curriculum and go, this is how you're going to act. No, you learned by trial and error what you could and couldn't do. You learned what was punishable and what was allowable. And as we get older, we forget we don't have to keep that childlike mentality, that it's okay for us to make our own choices, regardless of how our family and friends are going to judge us. It's okay for us to quit jobs that don't suit us, even if that means we might find ourselves in a little bind. It's okay for us to say, I don't want anyone around me. I need me time. That's not selfish. Let me repeat that. You are not selfish if you take time to yourself, because I was taught that if I'm not giving, then I'm being selfish. And that was something that it's taken me this entire lifetime to break that toxic pattern, because I was taught to be an overgiver. And that, in a sense, was teaching me to drain myself for the sake of everyone else's happiness. And I now know that that is not a healthy way to function in life, because we stress ourselves, we cause diseases within our body, we create mental illusions, and we allow ourselves to be unhappy with our own lives because we think that it's okay as long as everyone else is happy. And I'm here to tell you, it's time to be selfish. It is time to put you first. It is time to make sure you're happy beyond anyone around you, because like I've said several times, you have to live with you. You have to die with you. You are the one that lays down and has your thoughts going through your head. Yeah, you might hear other voices of people that have said this and that, but you can eventually learn to tune that out or turn it off. You cannot silence yourself from your own self. And that's the hard part, when you have to start trying to separate why you do what you do compared to why you should be doing what you're not doing. Because, like I said, we're all taught to be certain ways. And it's okay if it's time for you to break free from the mold they created for you, because it doesn't fit any longer. It's outdated. And I encourage you actually to start standing up and figure out what is it you love to do, you know? I love getting outside. I love walking in trails. I don't mind sweating because I am blessed enough to have a shower with hot running water. Even when I didn't have that privilege, when we were homeless, it was something I had to endure. So I had to tell myself it's fine. Even though we stunk a lot and had to take showers in the wood with shower bags. But it helps me realize by doing that I've made myself a comfortable place now, to where I'm okay being uncomfortable, and to do it for memories, for moments that if I let them pass me by, then I'm not living my life, you know. And it's okay to start doing things that make other people uncomfortable, as long as it's making you comfortable. And I'm not talking about being abusive or, you know, go out doing drugs and like, yeah, she said, do whatever you want. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doing things for yourself that serve yourself and your spirit, that are not going to harm other people around you. If you want to sit in the bathtub and read a book and drink a glass of wine, do that. If you want to go for a walk and no one wants to join you, do it. If you want to take a vacation and you really can't even go that far, find a place you can go and camp for free. Or, you know, we all make excuses of why we're not doing what we want to do. I am very guilty of this. And when we make excuses, it's like us telling our spirit, shh, I'll get back to you. And when you tell your spirit, I'll get back to you, it dwindles a little bit more and more and more, until eventually there's nothing but fear, hate, anxiety, stress within your body. And then you want to call on your spirit. Then you want to feel that elation of life again. But if you let it dwindle out, you're not going to get it back without working really hard. Because the thing about, like, when you're gaining weight, it's easy to gain that weight. When you're trying to lose weight, you got to work really hard. And then you've got to be very cautious about what you eat, what you're consuming, your habits. Are you exercising enough? Like, there's more into maintenance than there is preventative maintenance. And that's where it comes down to, when you are wanting to live a happy and successful life, you do it with each second of every day. You make those choices that are going to fulfill you as a person and spiritually, rather than worrying about everyone else around you. So on that note, I'm going to go make dinner, or I'm going to have people trying to eat me or be hangry. But hopefully you enjoyed that message, and it helped to give you a little kick in the tush to go, hey, it's time to start living my life the way it suits me. So sending you peace, love, and light. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.